I became a journalist in an effort to understand, how the global becomes personal and what moves people, right? And so it gave me a healthy sense of skepticism. And I became very politically active when I was 14, selling newspapers, advocating for higher minimum wage. And I said, I'm going to be a journalist. And at 16, I was given an opportunity to be an on-air translator during the Olympics. So in a way, I've lived with bullshit and war stories and suppositions my entire life that could never quite be articulated, right? But there were all these different forces. And then afterwards, when I look at systems have failed us, and technology has kept us from actually communicating. And so it was when I started building the training corpus for my AI, and I'll unravel what I just said about institutions have failed us, right? Education hasn't armed us for critical thought or even for intellectual humility, right? How can you, if you don't allow for what you may not know and what you cannot possibly know, if you can't hold two opposing views in that one side and allow space for that, then how are we supposed to learn and grow at all, right? And then all it does is like cyclone around each other, right? Like into these like little hardened silos. Media has failed us because in the 80s and 90s, media outlets that were in North America supposed to be pillars of democracy, because how can you have a vote if you're not educated, failed us as they became more like publicly traded soup companies, right, and commodities.